ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। So I welcome all of you for today's session. Today we are going to discuss sixth chapter, sloka number 17 onwards. We have seen in the last class, Ashtanga Yoga, which has to be performed along with Nishkam Karma Yoga. Till what stage Nishkam Karma Yoga has to be continued? So that means till get the Brahman realization, they has to continue Nishkam Karma Yoga. No, the karma is karanam for what? Karma is the cause. Karma is the cause for to climb into the yoga. So arurukshaha. For arurukshaha, karma karanam uchyate. In the case of the the practitioner who is desiring to enter into the yoga, so for him, karma is the cause. For him, karma is useful. Arurukshor munir yogam karma karanam uchyate. But once one enter into the yoga means what? Dhyana yoga nishta. So dhyana nishta praptaha. Dhyana nishta praptaha. That means getting the stability in dhyana. So then there is no need to do further karma. So then karma vikshepaka. In that case, karma is not useful, but he has to continue now dhyana. So which is already he became steady in that and then enter into the samadhi. So this is the way actually one has to practice. Unfortunately, we don't have any live examples to show to all of you. So this is all very standard of society and lifestyle is being explained here. Doing Nishkama Karma Yoga, we don't have any example now who is doing karma also. We are according to the injunctions of the Shastra, who is working. It is impossible to get the such example, and also who is doing the Nishkama Karma Yoga on the top of that, and also performing the Ashtanga Yoga. So, but this is the thing Krishna has given to us. Ashtanga Yoga one has to perform like that. But in this such a flickering and also dull and very lazy kind of civilization this is. So for this civilization, what is best? The best thing is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra along with following the such a varnashram system which is very simple and focused towards the pure devotional service. So, but he is teaching all the types of possible yogas so that one can understand what is pure devotion and further. So, anyway, now once he reached to the dhyana nishta, then he can leave the karma, then he has to continue what? Shamah karanam uchyate. So that means he should be fully controlling that mind. Shamaha means controlling mind. Damaha means controlling senses. So that controlling of mind has to be continued. So because one to get to steadiness in dhyana, he has to control his mind. That has to be continued. And through that, he has to achieve further stage, that is samadhi. So like this, we discussed about the need of Nishkam Karma Yoga and when it has to be left over. Then how to do Ashtanga Yoga? What are the, that means here also he explained. So the need of controlled mind, because to continue dhyana, there is need of that further controlling of mind. If that mind is controlled, then Jivatma will be delivered from this material world. If mind is not controlled, then that mind is cause for to be bounded in the this material world. So one should understand what is the need of controlling of mind that is being explained also here. That's why the topic comes up here, controlling of mind. Then he will explain. He has hmm, he has explained about Krishna explained about dhyana yoga, ashtanga yoga. Sorry, ashtanga yoga. What are the different stages? Those stages are being explained till 32, 32nd sloka. Till 32nd sloka from where is it? Ah, from 16 to 32nd. Uh, not 16. From 24. So, not from 24, where it is, I forgot. So, till 32nd sloka, we are going to see the different types of, sorry, different limbs of Ashtanga Yoga. So, then he explained first and foremost how to, what kind of place one has to select, what kind of place one has to select, that is being so explained here from 11th sloka. Yeah, from here you should. From 11th sloka onwards till 32. Shusho deshe pratishtapya stiram asanam atmanah. Nati chritam nati nichum chelajina kushottaram. One should select such a place to sit which is not too high or which is not too low, and also asan has to be prepared first. One should put kushagras asan, then after that on that deer skin, deer skin has to be kept, then after that on top of that some cloth, like that, three layers. Then he has to sit comfortably on that and try to so focus on Brahman. How to focus? He should not close eyes completely or he should not open eyes completely. He has so that he is not going to allow any sense objects inside into the mind. Then you should sit straightly and focusing on the middle of eyebrows. This is the way, and then he tries to control the mind. This is all has to be done while doing Nishkam Karma Yoga. These stages has to continue while Nishkam Karma Yoga itself. Because, yes, when he can leave the Nishkam Karma Yoga, when he reached the Dhyana Nishtha, steadiness in Dhyana. Nishtha means steadiness. So Dhyana Nishtha means steadiness in Dhyana. Now in the Yama, Nima, Asana, Pranayama, in these stages, his Dhyana is not steady. He is trying to control mind. And that's why to help that controlling of the mind, Nishkama Karma Yoga is there. It is going to purify the heart further. Then what will happen? Mind is more purified, heart is more purified, antakarana. Then what that means mind is more purified. So then it is easy to control. So that's why one should take the help of Nishkama Karma Yoga till the stage of dhyana. So one has to, that means he didn't leave the home now. He is sitting on the asan and practicing. He is practicing asan to sit steadily and after that do the pranayama and try to control the mind, and that control mind is engaged in thinking about Chaturbhujakaram, that means Vishnu, who is Paramatma. And also he should do bhakti, Shravana Kirtana bhakti also he should continue. Madparaha, that means Mad Bhakti Parayana. Otherwise, this all limbs will not be successful. So then to sit steadily, what he has, he should not increase his belly in the eating so much in the house. In the house, he should not eat too much, or otherwise he should not make so dry his body. Moderately, yuktahara viharasya. Natyashnatastu yogi asti. Nacha ekantam ashnataha. Not too much eating, not too less eating. And how much you should eat? One should eat half of the belly. So whatever the space is there in the stomach, in that stomach, half has to be filled with the food items. Then what kind of food one has to take, what kind of food one should avoid. All these things we are going to study in the 13th chapter onwards. There will be seeing. So what is in the mode of goodness? What kind of food is in the mode of passion? What kind of food is mode of in ignorance? And so and so. As a yogi, what has to eat, what should not to be eaten, everything he will give further details. So now this much you should learn. He should not eat too much or he should not eat too less, and half belly has to be filled with the food. Then one fourth has to be filled with water. Tritiyam udakenatu. So another one fourth remaining is there. That should be space for circulation. Air will be there. Vayoho sancharanartham. Then if air is there, then only it will be moved. If air is not there, then it cannot be moved. Air will push actually. That will, whatever the space air is there in the stomach, that is going to push. Otherwise, what it will happen? If you don't keep air, then stomach will be bulged and space is created and air will be so that body has to adjust now. Then what it will do? It will bulge the stomach. So body has to digest it. Inside systems has to digest it. Then to create this space, it will increase the volume of the stomach. Volume of the stomach will be increased. Then so air space is created, then it will be started moving food along with the water. Digestion will happen. So if we so then what will happen as a result? Big belly will be there. More. then yeah, he cannot sit steadily, which is happening in all of our cases because of big bellies. Most of the people with the problem of belly, obesity, overweight. Then to reduce, yeah, then such a person cannot sit steadily. Then what will happen? Pranayam he cannot do, and controlling of mind also will not happen. So this is the niyama, eating the half space of the stomach, filling the stomach half of its total volume. This is the niyama. Next 17th sloka we are going to see now today. युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्त मीन्स नियतः एव आहारः भोजनं विहारः गमनं च यस्य तस्य कर्मसु अव्यावहारिक पारमार्थिक कृत्येषु युक्ता नियता एव चेष्टा वाग्व्यापाराध्यायः यस्य तस्य. Now he has to yuktahara viharasya. This person is doing nishkama karma yoga. How much he has to do yuktahara viharasya? So first ahara, he has to have control on his food, control on his words also. How much words he should use? He should not mingle with the karmis. So that his dhyana and his goal will not be reaching his goal will not be hampered. Ahara bhojanam. Yeah, it's not so easy. Gamanam cha yasya tasya. Karmashu vyavaharika. Vyavaharika paramadhi krutyeshu yukta. So karmas, he is still doing the karma, na? Because he is in the Nishkama Karma Yoga means he has to do his duties. He has to follow his duties and also he has to do the spiritual activities like meditating. That means sitting in an asana and trying to focus on thinking about the Paramatma. That means controlling his mind. This is the Paramarthi Krutyas. In these activities, Vyavahari Krutyas, maintaining body and so and so. So in all these activities, he should be Yukta. That means there should be a control. There should not be over in these activities. It's going to hamper actually the yoga. Niyataha, yuktaha niyataha eva cheshtaha, vag vyaparadhyaha. So everything in a controlled way. So that how to know it is going in a controlled way or not? So one has to progress. There should be progress in spiritual life. Then you should understand there is properly you are going. And also Guru will be there. And stages you should reach to the further stages. This is one thing. Yuktahara. Karmashu means Vyavaharika and Paramarthika. In both activities, there should be a niyata, means control. You see this. यदा विनियतं चित्तम् आत्मन्येवावतिष्ठते निःस्पृहा सर्वकामेभ्यो युक्त इत्युच्यते तदा योगी निष्पन्न योगः kada bhavet इत्याकांक्षायामः यदा इति विनीतं निरुद्धं चित्तम् आत्मनि स्वस्मिन्नेव अवतिष्ठेत निश्चलं भवति इत्यर्थः. When you can understand that, when you can confirm that he is yogi, no, nishpanna yoga. That means now he is entered into the yoga. How can you know? He has to nispruha sarva kamebhya. While he is doing this nishkam karma yoga also. So now, even he does karma, he doesn't have any desire for the result of that. Nispruha, completely desireless. Material, desireless. Nispruha sarva kamebhya. If he is completely desireless and chittam atmanyeva avatishtet, he should be focusing or he should be dwelling in the, not focusing, niruddham chittam. That means controlling his mind and engaging that mind in what? In the self. That means dwelling in the self. That means his mind is completely freed from the what? Desires. So then you can understand that he is steady now in the yoga. Then after this further he has to do on thinking about. Now that means mind is purified. That purified mind is useful to what? To meditate on Paramatma. Then he has to meditate on the Paramatma. So, and while meditating on the Paramatma, yes, gradually that clean mind is useful. If he is not able to clean it, then he has to meditate on Viswarupa, universal form. That is being explained in the second canto. By that, what will happen? Then, wherever his mind goes, what is the use of the universal form, meditating on universal form? This is recommended for the yogis, Ashtanga yogis, whoever is not able to meditate on Paramatma. Why they are not able to meditate on Paramatma? Because their mind is not pure, is not clean. So then, in that case, he cannot continue further. Yeah, further steps he cannot reach. So then, he should meditate on universal form. What is the advantage of this? The advantage is wherever his mind goes, that means generally mind is uncontrolled, means it is dwelling on what? Sense objects. So senses are running behind the sense objects. Uncontrolled mind will run behind the senses. So that mind is dwelling on sense objects. So when one meditates on universal form, then whatever sense object so is thought, mind thinks about sense object. That sense object is part of this universe, and it is seen as the one of the limb of universal form. Is nothing but what? One of the limb of universal form. And then because of this, he will lose any kind of competition with the others, any kind of material enjoyment on this and this, so and so things. So, like this, yes, one has to meditate on universal form. Then he will meditate on further. So, whoever is antaryami for that universal form, that is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, then he will meditate on him. Then further, so like that, he will go and merge into the Brahman. There is a different types of mukti sadhana, krama mukti, and while leaving this body, gradually he can see the each and every planet and higher planets and leave finally this material world and enter into the Brahman. That can happen, or otherwise, directly also he can go and merge into the Brahman. Like this, we have process. But whose mind is pure because he is taking the strong help of Nishkam Karma Yoga. Their mind is pure, then that purified mind will be put engaged on meditating Paramatma. But when you can understand he is now yogi, at least now mind is only dwelling on soul, not on sense objects. And this is first step, yogi. Yata dhipo निवातस्थो नेङ्गते सोपमा स्मृता ने यथा दीपो निवातस्थो नेङ्गते सोपमा स्मृता योगिनो यत चित्तस्य युञ्जतो योगमात्मनः. Like nivatastha. Vataha means air. Nivatastha. That means a lamp which is not in air flow. That means nirvata deshastitaha deepa. Nengati means na chalati. Na ingate means na chalati. Lamp which is not in the place where there is no flow of wind. Then what? That lamp will be steadily, straight. It will be. The flame will be in steady, in straight. But when air flows, then it will be tilting. Yes, the same way. Sopi lope chet. Okay. So, like here, airflow is what? Uncontrolled mind, which is running behind sense objects. If that is there, then what will happen? Mind is steadily will not be on the soul, meditating on the soul. So that's why, like, one should study continuously dwelling in the soul only. No external avocations, no thinking about external objects. It's not a so easy thing. यत्रोपरमते चित्तं निरुद्धं योगसेवया यत्र चैवात्मात्मानं यत्र चैवात्मनात्मानं पश्यन्नात्मनि तुष्यति सुखम् आत्यन्तिकं यत्त बुद्धिग्राह्यमतीन्द्रियं वेत्ति यत्र न चैवायं स्थितश्चलति तत्त्वतः यं लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं मन्यते नाधिकं ततः यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते तं विद्या दुःखसंयोग वियोगं योगसंज्ञितम् स निश्चयेन योक्तव्यो योगो निर्वण्णचेतसा सङ्कल्पप्रभावान् कामान् त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं विनिम्य समन्ततः शनैः शनैरुपरमेत् बुद्ध्या धृतगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्. 5 श्लोकास्. न अत्यश्नतः तु योगः अस्ति इत्यादौ योगशब्देन संवदिरुक्तः. न अत्यश्नतः, so one should not eat more and meditate on the Paramatma and marriage one into the, that means one do get the samadhi in Paramatma. It is being said in the Natnashrataha, Natyashnataha in the 11th sloka. Na? not 11. 16 sloka. So, Annatyashnatastu yogo asti nachaikantam ashnataha. Nati swapnashilasya jagrataho naiva charja. Here in this sloka, yoga means what we should understand. In this sloka, yoga means yoga shabdena samadhi rukta, samadhi stage. Such as sampragnato asampragnastatscha. सवितर्क सविचारादि भेदातु संप्रज्ञातः बहुविधः असंप्रज्ञाता समाधि रूपो योगः कीदृश इत्यपेक्षायामः यत्र इत्यादि इत्यादि सार्धैः त्रिभिः यत्र समाधौ सति चित्तम् उपरमते वस्तुमात्रमेव न स्पृशति इत्यर्थः तत्र हेतुः निरुक्तमिति तथा च पातञ्जलसूत्रम् योग योगश्चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः इति यत्र इत्यादि पदानां योगसङ्गितं विद्यात् इति चतुर्थेन अन्वयम् आत्मना परमात्माकार अन्तःकरणेन आत्मानं परमात्मानं पश्यन् तस्मिन् तुष्यति तत्रत्यं सुखं प्राप्नोति यद् आत्यन्तिकं सुखं प्रसिद्धं तदेव यत्र समाधौ सति वेत्ति. So samadhi is sampragnata samadhi, asampragnata samadhi. And once again, sampragnata samadhi is many types. One has to purify his mind and dwell in his self. Then after that, next what he has to do? He has to engage that purified mind on Paramatma. That means he should meditate on Paramatma. Then he will, that is known as Dharana. Then when it becomes steady, then that is known as Dhyana. Then further, he is not seeing the difference between the Upasya and Upasaka. That means meditator and to be meditated, object to be meditated. On both, he will not see difference. Then it is known as Samadhi. That's the final stage. So this is a general system. Everyone, we all know. Here in this loka, Samadhi is being said. Yoga means what you should take here? Samadhi. So Samadhi is two types. Sampragnata Samadhi and Asampragnata Samadhi. In once again, Sampragnata Samadhi is many types. Because in Sampragnata Samadhi based upon Vitarka Vichara Vedat. Because of the different types of vicharas and different types of logics are involved in that Sampragnat Samadhi. Based upon that, logics and law and also vicharas, this is many types. I'm not much having the knowledge about the Sampragnat Samadhi. I think Sampragnat Samadhi, mm, based upon the knowledge, in the case of Gnanis, they has to reject everything. That means mind should not go anywhere and see oneness between themselves and Brahman. That is Samadhi for them. So in that case, some tarka comes, how we can be one with the Brahman. And then all this, so it is not, we are different, Brahman is different. Maybe some kind of these things will come. All these are finished with the tarka and vichara. Then finally, he see the oneness between the himself and Brahman. It's not being explained here, and it may be in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, and I don't know. But asampragnata samadhi rupo yoga kidrisha from 20 to 25 in these slokas, we are seeing the asampragnata samadhi. There is no use of knowledge. No use of knowledge means one will be doing pranayam, and with that mind slowly, that means asan pranayam, with this what will happen? He will be purifying his mind and controlling his mind. Then after that, he is engaging that mind to dwell on the soul. So that purified mind, he'll be seeing himself as soul. Then further, he meditate on the Paramatma. So here, this kind of meditation is known as asampragnata. He doesn't need to study like various scriptures and understand quality of the Brahman, quality of the soul. Soul is also Sachidananda, that is also Sachidananda. And for that establishment of that knowledge firmly, need to study various scriptures and this and that, and then see the what is the nature of the material world, how everything is Brahman. Based upon the strength of the knowledge, he has to see everything as one, everything as Brahman. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahman. Kalvidam Brahman. So that is a some pragnata. That means some pragna. Pragna means knowledge is there. Some means uh, firmly, firm knowledge is there. Some pragnata. But here in this Ashtanga Yoga, this is a kriya. It's a prakriya. It is a prakriya. Then further, that means here yama, niyama, asan, pranayam, all these are steps actually. Those you simply follow. You don't acquire any, you don't need of any vichara. That means logically convincing yourself. So based upon what logic is not independent here, based upon the scriptures, what they are saying, and based upon those statements of scriptures, one should so finish all his doubts and purify the mind in that way with that strength of the knowledge. Mind is purified, and finally it will see on the strength of the knowledge, one will be seeing oneness between the Paramatma, Brahman and self. That is the another kind of samadhi. This is another kind. Asampragnata samadhi is being explained here. Yatra iti sartaihi tribihi. Yatra samadau sati chittam uparameta. Vastu matrameva nasprushati. In this asampragnata samadhi, Chittam Uparameta. That means Antakarana Chittam is not going to touch any sense objects. There in the Sampragnata, even mind touches, our mind or Chittam means Antakarana touches, but he will see everything as, by the strength of the knowledge, as one, as one. So for that he needs the strength of the knowledge. Here is the yoga process, yoga kriya. Yogic process is there. What is that? Pranayam. Pranayam is doing, and also he is doing the. So in that pranayam, for that sitting asana and eating less and so on. So all these. So cleaning the, controlling the speed of the senses by doing pranayam, and also controlling the speed of the mind. And like this, he controls his mind. And then chitta, that means mind, will not go and touch any sense objects. Tatra hetu niruttam. So it is being explained that sampragnata and asampragnata samadhis, particularly in the yoga process, Ashtanga yoga, what samadhi is sampragnata. That is you can see in the Patanjali. So, sorry, asampragnata. In the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, asampragnata is there. That you can see. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. All the vrittis are stopped with the yogic techniques, with this Ashtanga yoga, with the pranayama and pratyahara. Yatra ityadi padanam yoga sangitam vidyatiti chaturdena anvayaha. Okay. Anyway, that is how to do anvaya. Atmana paramatmakara antahkaranena atmanam paramatmanam pashyan tasmin tushyati. In this, what chitta nirodha is done. In the Ashtanga yoga process, chitta nirodha means chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta vritti nirodha means mind is not allowed to touch any sense objects. This kind of nirodha is there. For that, pranayam pratyahara are used. But in another process, in the Gnani's process, Gnana Yoga process, their strength of the knowledge, even mind touches different sense objects, and by the strength of the knowledge, they see as what? As one, that is Brahma. Atmana Paramatma Kara. So in the case of the Ashtanga yogis, they will be meditating on Paramatma. Mind is Chitta Vrittis. The Vritti means what? So transformation in the Antakarana. Chitta means Antakarana. The transformations. Those are not there now. That means he is always dwelling inside only, not going outside. Not going outside means sense objects are not in contact with the senses, and sense are not in contact with the Antakarana. Stop actually. Chitta vritti nirodha. So then that kind of controlled mind is engaged in meditating on the Paramatma, and it dwells in Paramatma. That means mind is always meditating on the various limbs of Paramatma, and Tushyati, it is enjoying that sweetness whatever is there in the Lord's limbs. That beauty is sweet. Yatra atyantikam sukham prasiddham tadeva yatra samadho sati vetti buddhyatmakareva grahyam. That means here this Bhagavad Gita is a summary of all the process. Now, if you want to do Nishkam Karma Yoga, along with that, how to perform the Ashtanga Yoga, how to cross each stage, what are the details, all details are there in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Ashtanga Yoga. And another route also is there, Nishkam Karma Yoga. Along with that, one should practice the Jnana. What is that Jnana? So, to merge into the Brahman, one should cultivate. That is not, he is explained here. That means one should studying the Upanishads, understanding the Brahman is the cause of everything, and how it is. Yeah, behind this Lord is there, but still there, and so and so. So and so things are there. Those that process is not being explained. That process you don't see here, but you can see some extent in the third canto. Third canto, 26th chapter. 26th chapter, you can see these two processes. Jnana Yoga process and Ashtanga Yoga process, which helps to merge in Brahman. These two different processes. In Jnana Yoga process, you should understand analytical study you should do. You should do the analytical study. What is earth? What is sky? What is fire? What is water? What is sound? What is, yeah, what is water? Earth, water, fire, air. What is air and what is sky? Each and every element in this universe is defined by the Sankhya. You need Sankhya understanding to see everything as one, as one. Their Sankhya knowledge is useful in the Jnana Yoga process. So that's the analytical study will be done. And what is Ahankara? And from the Tamasic Ahankara, all are coming, Rasic Ahankara. What is intelligence? What is mind? And what is ego? What is Chitta? All, all analytical study will be done, understand everything is manifestation of all these elements. And these are nothing but the Prakriti and so on. So. This Prakriti is not highest. This is a Jnana process. A very deep study they do. But in the Ashtanga Yoga, no need of all these studies. Just to follow the steps. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. And then go. But which is good, Ashtanga Yoga is quite easy than the Jnana Yoga. So Jnanis, for the Jnani, Sankhya is more useful. For Ashtanga Yogis, so Yoga, Ashtanga Yogis, Yoga Sutras are useful. These two, using these two techniques, how to get the Brahman realization, is being explained by our Kapila, Lord himself. But you don't see here much. And also here, while doing the Ashtanga Yoga, if mind is not purified, then how to proceed further? One should meditate on the universal form. That is being explained in the second canto, in the first and second chapters. Like this. So Bhagavatam is time to time it is explaining all this. Yogas, whatever we are discussing here in detail, in in detail. Not even if you want to know even more, further strongly. then you have to take the help of Yoga Sutras also. There yogis, some people they do these techniques they follow. But in the Kali Yuga, they are not so efficient because of reduced strength of the body and the pollution, contamination is very heavy. And Sankhya also, one doesn't have such a strong ability to understand the things. Apart from this process, there is another process that is chanting holy name blindly. You don't need to know the meaning of this holy name also. Simply vibrate the tongue, vibrating tongue, and you should just dependent on the Lord, fully dependent on Him, and vibrate your tongue like frog. Frog, it will make this sound, trr, trr, but it doesn't know meaning of. Is it knows? Is there any? No. Just it is repeating. Similarly, like that, one should dependent on Lord, understand that He will protect me, no one else. He is my Savior. With that understanding, you with understanding should be needed actually. For that, you need blessings also. Otherwise, all it is not so easy to believe Lord is going to protect you. Hmm? So blessings also will come by endeavors. Then what will happen? Then vibrate your tongue. That is enough. No need to practice all this yama, niyama, all this as Ashtanga yogis or otherwise. Jnana yogis like analytical study, deeply wants to study so that all his doubts are over and he can see. So what is matter and what is spirit and so on so and how everything is Brahman, so on so. Those are all not needed actually for yeah another third process. It's a bhakti process. Simply dependent, vibrate, tongue. It will purify everything. How it is purifying, you don't need to analyze. You are not going to know. You are not gnani. How holy name is going to purify my contamination. In Gnani's case, each and every that miscontaminated heart or anything, any desire is particularly is एक एक को पकड़ के मारते. Just every desire, middle desire is individually he is handling and finishing by the strength of knowledge. But in the case of bhaktas, no need, just dependent on him and vibrate the tongue. How it is going to purify, you don't need to understand. It will purify. That's all. That is belief. That belief one should have. If one doesn't have that belief, what can be done? That's his unfortunate guy. That is known as Shraddha. That belief is known as Shraddha. One doesn't have this kind of Shraddha. So he is also not having the abilities to do Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. And also he is not having any faith on this process. So such a Samshayatma Vinashya is nothing for anyone. Yes. But Acharyas, but we are all believing because that is the mercy of the Acharyas. That's why this is the mercy. This is the mercy actually. Otherwise, you don't know the process how it is because you want everything to be known to you to get believe that. This is the disease we have. This is a disease. It's not the real surprising quality actually. It's a great quality. I want to know everything. Then only I accept. What do you know actually? What is your strength? What is our strength is nothing actually. Our mind and our intelligence is nothing. But one is so much covered with the false ego and identifying himself as mind and intelligence and demanding the so much every detail I should know. Then I will believe. But it is very miraculous. Holy name is miraculous. It is having the unlimited energies, which cannot be understood by your logic. It's achintya. Holy name is achintya. Lord and Lord's names are all beyond the logic. So that's why very rarely you can find people who have complete faith on this holy name. But great devotees like Prabhupada and previous acharyas, they, with their power actually, they are making people to accept this process. That's a great mercy. But these unfortunate guys, they are not understanding the greatness of this process. And once again, they are coming and eating in this moment, just becoming lazy guys, not taking this process seriously and wasting their life actually. Once again, that's an unfortunate situation is happening in this moment. They are looking for woman, money, this, that, price, post, position, and they are wasting life again. They are not accepting the mercy of the acharyas. What can be done? So, one with full faith, if we chant the holy name, so then miraculously all the contamination is gone, finished. One will get this so much taste in this, and he will get the further advanced stages. These are all explained in the further books, not in the same in the Kapila. He said Bhakti Yoga, but the scrutinizing steps are not being explained. Overall, he says overall steps like Bhajana Kriya, and but not details. But these details our acharyas gave by digging the other places of the Bhagavatam. They dig when Vasudev was taught by Narada. So the process, that means Ado, Shraddha, Sadhu, Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, all these steps are found out from the Bhagavatam and explained to us. And process is given how to make this process implementable in this era that is being implemented by our acharyas and given to us very nicely. So one should wake up morning, this he should do, and this he should do like that. The process is in practical way it is given to us. So then if you follow this process strictly, you will be successful. Such a big problem. Millions of lives we are suffering here. That will be over. And one can get the highest pleasure. One can get not Bhagavad Prapti, one will get the Bhagavad Prema Prapti. Getting Bhagavan is also is there, but many people by Karma Yoga, sorry, by Karma Mr. Bhakti also one can get lot. But getting the Krishna Prema is highest. That one can be eligible for. And yes, this is the highest process. This chanting holy names is the highest process. But one should believe this. So then you can do this strictly in all the times. So here you have to understand in this Sampragnata Samadhi, this process, Ashtanga Yoga process, meditates on now Paramatma and dwells in that. Enjoyment comes. Kapila says actually, these yogis are very much worried. Now they started getting the attraction for Paramatma's beauty. And they don't want to be trapped by that also. Actually, that is good. And they don't want to get this Sahajya Mukti, they should not get attraction for Paramatma. If they get attraction, then they will go to the Salokim. But they don't want. They want to merge into Brahman. Then he will withdraw from there also, and they destroy their linga deha, and as a soul they go and merge into the Brahman. I said in the two steps, but inner details is many. Like in the Bhakti Yoga process, if you to stay to go from Nishtha to Ruchi, so many details are there. So here we are Bhakta, so we are very much given with the details about the Bhakti steps, steps in Bhakti Yoga. But steps in this Ashtanga Yoga in detail, scrutinizingly, is not so much elaborately explained by our acharyas in their commentaries now. So that's how can I say then? Our acharyas are not saying and not interested in that. How can I say to all of them? So that's why I also don't know much. So, but as much is given here, so as much is said in the Bhagavatam in third canto, yeah, one can learn. And if one want to even see the difficulty of this process, they can study the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. One can study that. Yes. And there is a lot of commentaries on that. Whatever sutra is given by Patanjali is commented by the further acharyas. And they have some different opinions. It's a big, so once a huge subject that is. But one, you should believe Bhakti Yoga is highest process. If you are able to believe this, you are fortunate. That is mercy of the Lord. But many are not. Many don't dependent on the pure devotion. They are dependent on mixed devotion. They want to add yoga with the bhakti. They want to add karma with the bhakti. They want to add jnana with the bhakti. They want to continue that all the time. And sometimes they don't know they are depending on the other things also along with the bhakti. They are not able to understand Sarupa of the Suddha Bhakti also. This is another problem actually. And blindly they are continuing their lifestyle. And finally, so what they are not achieved, they will not achieve the final result. Final result is not attained, will not be attained by them. बुद्ध्या आत्मकारेव ग्राह्यं तत्रात्यं सुखं प्राप्नोति यदा आत्यन्तिकं सुखं प्रसिद्धं तदेव यत्र समागतो सति वेत्ति बुद्ध्यात्माकारैव अतीन्द्रियं विषयेन्द्रिय संपर्करहितम् अतएव यत्र स्थितः सन् तत्त्वतः आत्मस्वरूपात् नैव चलति. So he will be surely in that. Atayeva yam labham latva tatah sakashad aparam labham adhikam namanyate. Once being dwelling in this pleasure of the Paramatma, pleasure from Paramatma, then he will not, this got the adhika labham, that means param drishtam. He got the more pleasure, then why he will go to now sense objects? Naturally, he will leave that. Dukkasya samyogena sparsha matrena viyogo yasmi. Then he will not be touched by the material pain because he is always in that pleasure from the Paramatma Samadhi. So this kind of process is not so easy. It's not a one-day game. Yadyapi sigram na siddhyati. That means you cannot achieve this very quickly. This stage, it takes sometimes 2, 3, 4 lifetimes it will take. और मजाक समझ रहे हैं क्या? It takes so many lifetimes. Every lifetime you do little process, next, like that. You keep on continuing, and so finally you reach this. It's not so easy. It takes so much time. It doesn't mean that the if you wait for the lot of time, you will be automatically getting this. No. What? You should do the kasta, that means hard work. It will take time, and you should also do a lot of hard work. It's not that it is simply I will wait for the 4 lifetimes, but I will not do any endeavors. No. So that's why he said that, ah, अनिर्विण्ण चेत सा एतावतापि कालेन योगो न सिद्धः. सो किम अतः परम कष्टेन इत्यनुतापः निर्वेदः तद्रहितेन चेतसा. That means one should have the dhairya, and one should not worry. Oh, I am not able to dwell on the Paramatma. I am not able to, whatever now, Ashtanga Yoga process, I should get the bliss. I am not able to get this. And he should not worry for that. He should keep on endeavoring and wait for the long time. Iha janmani janmantaram va siddhyatu. Maybe it is successful in this life, or it is attainable in this life or the next life, or even 10, 20, 30. I will wait, but I will continue. Then you'll be given life after life that chance, and you'll be continuing. So that's why you can see many people immediately they get attraction after some time of they grow when they grow. So they get attraction for Ashtanga Yoga and they go to Himalayas and doing again. If they get the association of pure devotees, maybe with their strength they may change this. Otherwise, yeah, they are addicted to that process in previous lives. Okay, we have to discuss little more. Is there? It's big. We'll see tomorrow. Thank you very much. Yes, Ravindra.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Prabhuji, two simple questions. One is that you said that Ashtanga Yoga is more easy than Gyan Yoga. So it may be more easy in what way? And the corollary question is that which is longer?
Which is?
Longer, ज़्यादा time लगता है.
Uh-huh.
ज़्यादा time लगता है. And why do we say that Ashtanga Yoga is more easy than Gyan Yoga? One or two
Because
points.
Gnana Yoga will take even Jada.
ज़्यादा time लगता है ठीक है, but easy क्यों? Ashtanga
No,
Yoga. हाँ.
Ashtanga Yoga compared to Gnana Yoga. So Ashtanga Yoga takes less time
अच्छा, that way.
and less pain.
So easy
Gnana
word.
Yoga takes even more and more longer time and also more pain.
So easy word you used because of the two factorization, that is the length of time and the pain
No,
involved.
no.
And the pain
If
involved.
someone slap 10 and someone another slap only 5, who is 5? He is best.
No, but then it also depends upon the strength of the slab, the softness involved of the slab. 5 slab में भी आदमी गिर सकता है और 10 slab में भी नहीं गिर सकता है.
Let us assume both are slapping like same with same strength.
Okay, okay. And next and the last question is this, that you said about this uh, that it takes many lifetimes. First you said 2, 3, then after some time you said 10, 15 and all that. So my question here is that suppose a particular ladder is reached in a particular lifetime. Sorry, a particular step of the ladder is reached in a particular lifetime. And then in the next lifetime, is it necessary that the ladder has to progress, or it can even degress? Means he can go down, like we have that snakes and ladders game, you snake काट देता है और वो
They
नीचे
go
गिर
down.
जाता है.
Acha.
So it, like this also happens in spiritual life.
Yeah, ups and downs will be there. Why not? But they are given opportunity to progress. So going down also may happen. Why not?
And is it possible that nothing can happen? For example, in this life, you reach a particular step, then you're born. But in that particular next birth, you don't do anything, but you do it in the next to next birth. So is it possible that an intervening birth may come where you may not do anything only?
Because loss
Neither
arrangement,
progress, neither digress.
he will get such association and quickly he will reach to the where the step he left. He was stopped. quickly he reaches.
No, that is the digress का. But my question is that next life में ऐसा होता है कि वो कुछ भी नहीं करता है, मतलब एडवांस भी नहीं करता है और गिरता भी नहीं है, फॉलन भी नहीं होता है, ऐसा भी होता है?
And I don't know.
Okay.
So based upon his things, whatever is there,
Yeah.
maybe his karma is there, then he will suffer for one life in the hell and he will come and he will continue now. Maybe.
Okay. Thank you,
It's
Prabhu.
a very complex.
Yeah,
Yes.
very complex. Achin, Hare
I
Krishna.
think, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
If you meditate on all of these things, then you'll become Brahmaji next life.
नहीं नहीं बनने का है प्रभु जी. हरे कृष्ण.
So meditating on each and every element and every aspect, like one who meditate on the universal form, that means knowing the details of this material world and the karma reactions. So one meditate on this, then he'll become Brahmaji. He can easily. That post is offered to him. Yes, come. And because you are expert in this, then you guide the society. It means creation, secondary creation will be given to you. Yeah.
Also, perfection in
Prahladanand Prabhu.
Pranam Prabhuji,
Pranam.
very nice discourse, which makes us determined that don't go this way, just stick to Bhakti Yoga. Because Bhagavan Krishna says, Neha Bikram Naswasti Pratyavayo na vidyate. That does not apply to Ashtanga Yoga and Niskam Karma Yoga.
Yes.
Neha Bikram Naswasti.
Yes.
Does it apply there or it doesn't?
Yeah, Pratyavaya is not there with us. But in the case of karma, Pratyavaya is there. In the Gnana Yoga process, yeah. So he didn't say, yeah. Neha Vikramo Nashosti. Pratyavayo na vidyate. Especially there, we are seeing the difference between the karma and their Nishkam Karma Yoga is going on, a discussion. Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga are being compared. So, even in the Ashtanga Yoga also, or the Gnana Yoga, whatever yoga we did, that will be not going to be destroyed.
Okay.
It will be continued. That is said in the 8th chapter. In last, okay, in the 8th chapter, we will discuss that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. But they are very difficult process. Yeah, in the whole literature, we are going to discuss this only. Ashtanga, Gnana Yoga, Kanishkam Karma Yoga, and pure devotional service, mixed devotional service. All these different processes, time to time, all acharyas keep on. That means all the speakers and listeners. We can have so many pairs in Bhagavatam. They always discuss beauty of pure devotion and so pain and difficulties of one to face in other process. Again and again, again and again, again and again. Sukha Parikshit, Vidura Maitreya, and Brahma Narada. Like this, many places. The whole Bhagavad is filled with this, establishing same point in every chapter, in every episode. So that convincing everyone to accept devotional service as highest and get the full understanding and faith on it. That is the only the role of that is the main role we can see of the Bhagavad is doing. So that's why one should understand all this, at least a good extent, whatever is said in the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, that extent. Understand other process, then you'll feel. If you want to get more feel, you can try and feel the pain.
Very well, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Please
sir.
come back to the Bhakti Yoga.
Yes, yes. We are fully convinced because of the mercy of Sri Prabhupada.
Yeah.
That we are so feeble.
But still, we have to check. Still, we are really surrendered or not again and again. And एकदम फूक के पीना चाहिए. That's why we should understand our consciousness, whether it is really accepting or turning towards the Lord or not, fully. That's why. If there is a problem is there, then where it is problem, then tight it. Tight it again by studying this process. Yeah.
So we are getting so much enthusiasm and understanding from your discourses. So that is a real sadhu sang that we are getting. And we are getting convinced about the superiority of bhakti yoga, surrendering to Lord Sri Krishna through the devotees like Sri Prabhupada and your good self. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dharma Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we'll meet tomorrow. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमा।